So our house cleaners who come every other week came today, and so when they come, I usually go down to the basement office, so I'll like be out of their way. But after they left, I came up and I noticed they had left this. So they left this little card with a nice message, and then also look at this cute little succulent plant they left. And it's so thoughtful because recently this year I started doing more gardening and having more house plants. So it was super thoughtful because they know clearly that I have more house plants than I've had in the other years that they've been working here, and they left me that. So I thought that was so freaking thoughtful. So I thought I would give y'all an update on my other house plants and how they're doing. Okay, so the snake plant, as you can see, she is like really thriving. I recently moved the philodendron here by this window because as you can tell, it just wasn't doing very well. I had it a little bit too close to one of the vents, I think, and it was like drying out really quickly. So I moved it up here. So we'll see how it does. This plant also has kind of come back from the brink. As you can tell, it had a lot of parts that had dried and died, but now it's actually doing a lot better. I've been like fertilizing it too. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really doing that. Yeah, I wasn't fertilizing too good, so I've been trying to keep up with that better. And then I have this plant. I can't remember the name of it, but this one has just like really exploded since I moved it here in front of this window, and also this plant too. This is like, I can't remember the name of this, but this is a common house plant, but I had repotted it incorrectly, so it was in a much smaller pot, and I didn't increase it gradually. I just went from a small pot to a really big one because I was like, oh, I'll just save myself time, but I read later with like how the root system and stuff is, you should really like pot the plants gradually, not take like a really small plant and put it in a big pot. So it wasn't doing well at first, but it's doing a lot better now. Okay, so I kind of have these here up against the wall because they were in the place where Christmas stuff was now, but this plant is doing a lot better. I did put this little stand in here because it's kind of need a little bit more support, and since I did that, it's been doing better. And then I also moved the citronella plant in here so it could get more light because it was browning and not seeming to do well, and really the only other place I had to give it like sunlight from a window, so I moved it here in front of the plant light, and it's actually doing a lot better too. And also I added the stand to this one. Okay, this is the area where the philodendron was and wasn't doing very well. Again, it's kind of a little close to this vent over here, I think, but these other plants seem to be doing okay. So the succulent, then we have this little guy here, and then the Sansevieria or whatever I think that's called. And it's actually kind of dusty, but it's actually doing okay in this window, so I'm going to leave them here. But anyway, that's the update on my house plants.